excuse me. Just gonna make sure that everything's up to snuff. Looks like we are live. We are. Hello there. What's up? How are we doing? Carrillo, how have you been? Are you finally getting settled into Charleston? Oh, we were debating on leather pouches today. Trying to? Yeah. I think we are going to do leather pouches today. That'll that'll offset the rest of it. I mean, I don't mind tan pouches, but I think leather pouches would be a nice kind of accent to it. We'll do leather handles on the bayonets. Still working on getting yours. I don't have an address for you, my guy. So hit me up on Facebook real quick. Um, that way, when I'm done, I'm done. I can send it to you. All right, and happy Warhammer Wednesday for everybody, and welcome to the stream. Uh, I was gonna stream earlier this morning, but I had some errands I had to run, and then really, I've been hurting from this last PT test. I think I actually overexerted myself on my PT test, which kind of sucks. Um, and uh, you know, not really it didn't do me any good favors at all. Um, but yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure I just overexerted myself. Got a message. Ah, done. Yeah, we are going to delete this conversation. There, we're going to delete that too. right, cool. All right. All right. Yeah, we just had a. I was just checking my inboxes for everybody, and we had a bot try and sell me followers and stuff. So that's why I deleted that conversation. All right, but anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to the stream on this Warhammer Wednesday. We are still painting Astra Militarum, um, and yeah, we're gonna be working on I think the bodies right now. Um, and the backpacks and the pouches. I think I've decided to do leather pouches. Kind of give a World War II vibe, even though I'm aiming for more, um, uh, Operation Safe Side, Security Police, circa um, uh, Air Force Security Police, circa Vietnam. But I think leather pouches are gonna just look better than OD olive drab pouches. Um, and just genuinely, I think that's gonna look nicer. So I'm taking a little bit of creative liberties. To remind everybody what I'm planning on doing, let's just quickly copy the image. Now I've done this a few times, especially on Twitch. I've done this a few times with just so you guys are seeing kind of what I'm working with. But we'll upload everything so that everyone's like tracking, and just so people are kind of tracking the ideas that I'm floating around in my uh, kind of in my head, um, and like the goal and all that stuff, and then we'll get to it. Um, let's see. You actually do have pouches. Oh, I forgot to do your belt. All right. Well, let's fix that oversight real quick. And then we'll move on from there. I hope everyone's enjoying their Warhammer Wednesday. A lot of stuff from the community has come out. It's going to be Space Marines and Tyranids for 10th edition, and that box set should be coming online. Actually, let's look at the Warhammer community. So, Warhammer community. Let's see what that's looking like. Tanks, terrain, stat lines, the amazing trailers announcing the new edition. Uh, Unit profile changes, detachment rules, the lore, tanks some more, phase structure. Yeah, but when are you releasing? When are you releasing the new edition? Because that's kind of important. Because that's really the important part is when is the new edition going to be released? For more tidbits and checking up on updates. Yeah, but again, when are you releasing this stuff? Command phase, movement phase, charging phase, fight phase. Yep. We're just looking to see if they say anything. Okay, so they haven't named a release date for the new stuff, which that's kind of to be expected, but at the same time, you'd hope you'd hope that they were going to say something. But oh well, you know, nothing you can do about it. We're gonna try and paint the force field projector, or refractor field projector. We're gonna try and paint that. That's gonna be a little. It's gonna be a little bit of work. All right. Let's see. But it looks like the new edition is shaping up to be pretty user friendly, which is always nice. It'll mean new players. My only hope is that as it's shaping up to be user friendly, they don't oversimplify, because that has happened with other editions. D&D being one of them. And so like I just don't want Games Workshop falling into a trap. I mean, because there have been some there have been some pretty lackluster additions, I will say. Um, when it comes to Warhammer. Oh, let me make sure I'm in recording. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like even on the blue coats. I like that leather look. That's a pretty decent. It's pretty decent. That's a pretty decent look. So we're gonna do pouches, leather pouches on everything. The bigger bags, I think I can get away with making them um, uh, kind of a yellow. Maybe that graveyard earth, like musette bags. I still haven't figured out what I want to do for the grenade launchers, or no, not for the grenade launchers, but for the grenades on the web belt. But I can at least do the leather pouches on the belt. The backpack, I think, will be different. Backpack pouches, I think, are. Well, I think I'll do Commando khaki for the backpacks because I did it for the older model stormtroopers. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. God, it's cold. I think I may need some tea. Oh, tired. Just tired. Ugh, I'm zoning out. But I want to try and at least get the leather pouches done because tomorrow morning I will be streaming. Um, and I want to like get a lot of the bigger items done today, or so the smaller items done today, so that when I do the bigger items, we're just, dotting I's and crossing T's at this point. Yeah, those leather pouches actually look a lot cleaner. Yeah, I really do like like the way that looks. That's pretty slick stuff. And we're just painting it up, trying to make sure that we're getting everything that we need to get. The good thing about models, sorry, I don't mean to be coughing into the mic while I'm doing this, but the good thing about models is that really just a few colors, like truly a few colors, and your models start coming to life, um, even when they're half built, right? Or not half, but yeah, but like half assembled. Like they really do pop out. Oh dear. Oh, I'm exhausted. But like I said, I really do want to work on getting the leather pouches. I don't know if this guy even has any. Yeah, no. It's all it's all like big. So we'll figure out what that pouch is supposed to be. Ba-ba-da-ba. Doo-ba-doo-doo-doo. what unit are you working on today? I am working on the Astra Militarum as always. Well, I say as always, but um, I'm just I am trying to make sure that shucks. I'm trying to make sure that I get like all the detail in these kits, as best as possible. Because um, we're gonna try and get them squared away. Oh, I am. Get that one. Ah. So we're trying to get that stuff squared away. Because what I'm trying to do is do the leather on everyone's pouches. And then not just do the leather on the pouches, but try and do the silver canteen. Some of them got coffee cups, so I'm thinking just a standard white coffee cup. And then for the backpack, I think I'm going to do a Commando khaki, which is what I've used right here. As like the canvas. Although I know that they had olive drab Alice packs and all that stuff, but I think it would clash with the desert yellow straps. So I think a lighter color for the backpack in that same beige range will work. Plus they've got olive drab uniforms and black armor, which kind of makes the point. So, splashing color on is what we're trying to get done today. Give them life, as it were. And then we're going to focus on silver. Um, and then gold for the skulls, on the belt buckles. Um, Probably some silver caps for the bayonets. If I ever get stationed at Travis, we'll have to throw dice together. Well, it you know, we're coming up on our PCS. Coming up on our PCS window. Oh no, I said silver, and I literally just went for silver. No, we're doing leather right now. Silver later. And the missus wants to do a tour back in the States. And so I think Travis is actually on our dream sheet. Whatever good that's gonna do for us. um, so yeah, I bought this for a reason. Uh, do you guys have? Do you get? So are you talking about cola, or are you talking about like mandatory movers returned from overseas, CONUS? Um, because yeah, cola we get cola if we're overseas. Um, we don't get that when we're stateside. Although cola should be put at stateside because some of the states are fucking expensive. Um, but yeah. Um, uh, so like how the Air Force does PCSing is you you are if you're a first term airman, right, and you get to your station and it's not overseas, you are always eligible within like the first, I think it's like 18 months, to pick up a uh, an assignment somewhere else, primarily overseas. That's how they get their. That's how they get a lot of first-term airmen to stay. It happened to me actually. I was at Edwards Air Force Base from '09. I got there. Oh, what I mean is co-locating since you guys are both in. Oh yeah, no. By the time I think by the time we PCS, uh, Caitlin will be out of the military. But yes, joint spouse. The Air Force has a joint spouse system. Um, to where um, if you're married, right, and the Air Force tries really hard to keep you and your spouse together if you're both active duty. Um, I see it. I saw it with an army. I saw it with an army couple. I saw it with a. I saw it with a navy couple. Um, uh, but you really do limit yourself because here's the thing. Part of joint spouse is they post you basically. I think the threshold was like 300 miles or something like that. Um, so like if you're AFSC, like if you're a wrench turner in the Air Force and you get stationed at a fighter base, but your spouse happens to be in the Navy or in the Army or Marines wherever, and their particular job is 300 miles down the road. Well, you are you're congratulations, you are joint spoused. You guys can see each other on weekends. That's how that works. um, because that I think joint spouse that's I I don't know if it's actually 300 miles, but like there is a bubble where the Air Force says you've been joint spouse. That's where you go. How that bubble is actually made or drafted, I have no idea. What the mileage is, I don't know. Um, but yeah, we had a couple live when I was in Altus. We had a couple that was Army Air Force. The Army husband uh, was stationed at Lawton, and then the Air Force wife was stationed at Altus, and they lived in one of the small podunk towns. I think she lived just right outside of Lawton, I want to say. So she had to like drive an hour to just to get to work, like early in the morning. Like she got up an hour before anyone else did on the base, just so she can get to work. It was rough. Um, so yes, they do co-location. Uh, but if you're in the Air Force, it's real unless you have like a really 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 specific job, like you're assigned to an airframe as a wrench turner, or you're a specialty technician as a medic, right? You're an X-ray tech. There's only so many bases that have X-ray techs. There's only or if you're a water purification specialist, right? In the Army and you marry an Air Force guy or gal, and there's only so many bases that have water purification specialists uh, that the Army has in its employ, right? So it's one of those things where you have to um, uh, where joint spouse is a mixed bag. Um, but yeah, yes, the Air Force does believe in co-location as much as they can. It's crazy how there's different subdivisions of jobs there in other military branches. Oh yeah, no, yeah. If you're like I could tell you like the maintenance umbrella within the Air Force is subdivided a lot, right? Because you would think, well, if you're a wrench turner, you're a wrench turner. You just move from base to base. No, that's not true. You're trained on that specific aircraft until the Air Force says, hey, we're either downsizing this aircraft so we don't need this many wrench turners, or you're there until you retire, right? There are blanket certifications, like you have propulsion, you have engines, but even then, that can be split down to an airframe. You know, just because you know how to do a diagnostics on a jet engine does not mean that all jet engines are created equal. Um, so yeah, there's definitely subdivisions within the Air Force when it comes to like the maintenance career field in and of itself. Medical, some of it's fairly easy, right? I mean, you're a corpsman. Um, so you kind of know what medical is, right? You can either go to the NICU, or not to the NICU, but to multi-service unit, which is the MSU. You can go to labor and delivery. You can go to, inpatient care. You can go to internal medicine. You can go to the pharmacy. Like you can. I could probably list off every Air Force job that there is within the hospital, within any sort of military treatment. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're a med tech, right? You diagnose, treat, perform physicals, draw blood. Yeah, you're a med tech. I mean, you're a med tech plus because you can give out medicine, um, whereas in the Air Force you have to be a pharmacist to give out medicine, right? You can be a pharmacy technician and give out medicine, but yeah, there's a difference. Now there are regular med techs that have that license to give out medicine. They're called IDMT, which is like I forget what the acronym stands for, but I think it's like individually deployed medical technician, something to that extent. And they can actually prescribe, like, hey, you need this. I'm gonna push this medicine, into your system to keep you in the fight. IDMTs are normally assigned to like SOG units, but every base is supposed to have a number of IDMTs, especially if you're in a flying unit, right? But there's that. But yeah, the independent do I get purse. But yeah, so that's like, I mean, you and I could talk hospital talk, and we would kind of have a similar line of conversation. But in when it comes to the maintenance, hi Bastet, when it comes to the maintenance career field within the Air Force, you could technically talk shop with another airframe crew, but even their mission profiles are gonna be different when it comes to airframes, right? Because heavy mission sets are different. Are going to be like crewmen who are air crew who do heavy mission sets, and crew chiefs who do heavy mission sets are going to have a different ops tempo than fighters, than the fighter jockeys, right? Like it's just gonna be different. And then the fighter jockeys all around are going to be different from the bombers. The bombers are going to be different from um, you know, each other. Like it's all around. It's going to be like you can talk some similarities, but not entirely, right? Um, the only people I think who can talk crosstalk without any sort of like real animosity are the ammo guys and the munitions guys, because all they're doing is doing weapons maintenance, and while that's going to be different between the airframes, the the standards are the same, like cleaning, maintaining, servicing, repairing, all that stuff. And then Mun's guys are just, you're humping a set of ammo from one storage area to out to the bird, or bringing that storage area back, or bringing that ammunition from the bird back into the storage area. You know, so much since 2009. Sorry for stopping you, pain. No, 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 no. I like talking. I like talking about the Air Force occasionally. Um, but yeah, it's you know, that's kind of where. So like, I think Caitlin will change. I think Caitlin will be done officially out of the military in January, and then we PCS. Or before January. Hopefully before January. I swear to God, if I have to apply for another extension. Oh my God. But yeah. So yeah, that's the you know that's the long and short of it. Yeah, I'm really liking the leather. But yeah, so on the top of the list is Hanscom. That's kind of where family is. That's where home base is. That's kind of where the support structure is. Even though Massachusetts right now, the housing market is absolute hot mess. Everything's so damn expensive. Yeah. But yeah, Travis, I think, is at the bottom of the list. It's around like Joint Lewis Base McCord, all that stuff. But yeah, Beale as well. Oh, I missed a leather pouch right there. Oh no, that's not a leather pouch. That's part of his uniform. How did I miss that? Oh, damn it. All right, well, I'll have to correct that. Damn it. Shucks. All right, well, we'll correct that. That's you know what? That's an easy mistake to fix. It's an easy mistake. Just throw some green on it. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, perfect. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, cool. So we're just getting the, like I said, we're just getting the leather pouches done. go. All right. Just looking at something real quick, folks. Okay. All right. Ba-ba-da-ba. Aha. Boo-doo-ba-doo-doo-doo. Hey, Chip. All right. We're going to be doing more painting tomorrow. And then we're going to switch gears a little bit and play a few games on Friday night and Saturday night. But I really do want to try and hammer out as much as possible over these next few days. Aha. Damn it. Where'd you go? There you are. Oh man, I probably should get checked out by the docs. My arm is really hurting. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm glad I passed my PT test because, I always take pride in that, but overexerting myself for a PT test was pretty stupid. Especially because I didn't get a 90. I mean, it was also a diagnostic too, so I could have made it not count, but at the same time, a passing score is a passing score. 87 is nothing to be ashamed of. I just hope it doesn't. I didn't hurt myself too much. It really is amazing how much a little paint can just really turn a pretty bland model. I say bland, but like my color scheme is pretty dark. It's olive drab, black armor, you know, and so like on a table, Besides the face, right? Besides me doing like different tones of skin colors and hopefully a little bit of hair, and maybe I'm gonna try and do eye color, but I don't know how good I'm gonna be with that. Um, you know, and then of course the officer cadre who have the blue uniform instead of the olive drab. Um, it is kind of nice to see like the idea that I had in my head of that. I think the leather would break it up a little bit. It really does, but not in an offensive way. More of a kind of matches with it, which is nice. Because when it comes to painting, it's always about experimenting with what you've got, right? Like paint whatever, paint the models how you want to paint them, and then see what happens, see how it turns out. And if they turn out good, great. You know, good. It's half the battle right there. If it doesn't turn out, well, hell, try again. Try again. There's a whole bunch of pouches on this guy. I don't want to do anything yet with. How did I miss that strap? How did I miss the straps on this? Oh, okay. Well, we gotta fix that then. Um, Probably because I didn't see it at the time. I hear my tea water getting hot. Does that saw with a wood handle, which will be the same color, the same Doom Bull brown, but it does look a little bit better with like a darker wood handle. liked how that turned out. That's pretty good. Kind of miffed I missed the straps. Oh, hold on. I filled the kettles up too much. All right. Sorry about that, man. Like I said, I had a rush to Warhammer Japan thing. What do you mean? Like it's written in Japan? In Japanese? I noticed you had a Warhammer. Is it? Are you talking about talking about this on your shelf? Oh. Okay. Yeah. No. That's So that's a Tory gate. And it was for my confinement. My confinement. What's it called? My time in confinement when I was the confinement NCOIC and customs NCOIC when I wore both hats. Um, Basically, what it says is, so, uh, Staff Sergeant Kevin Hecht, thank you for your hard work and dedication in the operations support staff. We appreciate your time in customs and confinement program. Keep up the mentality. That's not that's not a possibility on my flight line. Yeah, it was and then it's the Warhammer symbol, but it says Warthog. Because we did a push-up competition for the entire office, and I forget if it was that one or if it just like because like I would always talk about Warhammer. I loved Warhammer, all that stuff. That's a buff boy. Well, I mean, so we did a push up competition for the office for like about 2, 3, 4 months straight, and basically, I mean, my push up game was pretty weak. I did, I think, the first week that we did it, I only did 100, really. So I think it was about 25, just shy of 25 a day. Um, and then I was like, and then people were like throwing up, higher numbers. And I was like, okay, all right, I see how this is. Because at uh, first I was just gonna be like, oh, whatever. I'm just gonna, uh, I'm just gonna do like 25 a day. It's whatever. Because the push-up competition wasn't just our office. It was S2. It was S4. It was the training section in S3T. Um, and I forget if it was. I forget who else was involved, but like other squadrons across the wing were involved in it. And then it became like after the first week, everyone was like, "Oh, Hecht's only got old man Hecht's only got like 100 or whatever the case is," and I was just like, "All right, I see how it is." So every hour on the hour, I did 10 push-ups for the entire day, and by the second or third day, I was in some serious pain. Like my arms were burning. Like you think it's just 10 push-ups every hour on the hour. That's 80 push-ups a day. You'll have plenty of time to rest. No, but that third day, my arms were cooked. Like I was just like, oh my god. So I would I would be in the push-up position, like pushing myself up, and I just like I think it was like, oh, I'm grunting like a warthog because I'm just like, come on, oh fuck. But then like after that week, and I had the weekend to recover. Oh, my arms were so cooked; they were just done. And I was also doing PT too. So like during PT sessions when we were doing like you know diamond push-ups or freaking squat thrusts where you get into the push-up position, like that always mountain climbers were the worst. Even though you're not pushing down, like you're still using some of the muscles in the push-up, and that hurt. Um, so like by the time I forget who took it. I think maintenance did because they just had so many more people in the maintenance group than in security forces. Um, I want to say it was maintenance that took it, but we had a large amount of numbers. I think by the time I was done within that like 2 month period. Yeah, I think it was like a 2 month period. I think we did the office. I think was like 2,000 something. Like it was gross. It was ridiculous how many push-ups we did between all of us. Um, I didn't do as much as the rest of the team, but I definitely like put in. I think by the end of the first month, I got up to like 600. And that was with me like taking breaks, taking leave, all that stuff. Like I think, and then of course like not doing push-ups because like my arms were cooked like for like a few days. I'm just like like every single time I tried to do like I think 600 by the first month, and then the second month I think in total it was like 4 or 5 thousand, something like that. Like we were definitely putting up numbers. Like it got to the point where I was able to do 30 a day, like 30 like I got to do 30 like the first 4 hours of shift we were doing 30 every like on the mark. Um and then that was that. Like that was cool. Um I can't do that now cuz I'm not in a position to where I can do push-ups every hour on the hour, you know, Monday through Friday. Although, well, I am now because I'm working with the first sergeant. But it definitely was an experience. I'll tell you that much. So yeah, push up competition. There was something else too. I think it was sit ups. Sit ups. I struggled with sit ups too. Um, Not like I struggled doing sit ups because you had to do them freestyle sit ups. So you still had to keep your knees bent and then do like a proper sit up. Because you couldn't have like you could have a buddy anchor you, but we didn't have like tow bars in the office, so it was almost like I had to do a row every time, and I've never done like free rowing before, and that sucked. Oh, my abs were burning. Um, so got better, but you know, all right, where were we? Yes, that's right. You. But yeah, one of my many nicknames. No socks, warthog, um, boulder, sci-fi. Sci-fi was my first nickname. It was my first nickname. I got that in my first deployment when I was deployed to Manas. There was this chief. I forget what his name was, but for some reason he just took an interest in talking to me. Um, and I was still pretty much an awkward guy. I I still like so like I don't know why the chief wanted to talk to me, but he did. And he asked, "What do I do for fun?" And I had just met Caitlin and all that stuff, and we were engaged. And I was like, "Well, if I'm not going to be with my wife or my fiance at the time, and if I'm just out doing my own thing, I go to science fiction conventions." And then I showed him some of the costumes that I had made. They weren't the greatest, but they were still cool. In my mind, right? I my Jedi robes. That was the one that I really did make. Um, I had a set of Imperial Guard Stormtrooper armor. It was oof, that I liked it because I made the power pack for the Hell gun, but everything else was kind of meh, thrown together meh. Uh, But yeah, that was cool. Um, but yeah, um, so that's where they got my that's where I got the nickname Sci-Fi, and that stuck for quite a long time. And then I got the Boulder here in Masawa, Warthog here, and then No Socks here. So three nicknames in just as long of a time. I don't know where No Socks came from. Someone just started calling me that, and that's it. So there's no story behind that. The Boulder was during combatives. Um, that's when they started calling me the Boulder. Um, and then uh, yeah, it was during combatives. Like I was teaching combatives to the guys, and so I was like rolling around with them. So they just started calling me the Boulder. Oh, that's not true. Altus, they did call me Commissar when I started the channel. When people found out that I started a YouTube channel, they called me by Commissar. Like it was my ops officer called me Commissar. A few of the other NCOs called me Commissar. Um, Chief occasionally would call me Commissar, but uh, none of the airmen did. None of the airmen did. Or I take that back. None of the airmen who were new did. There was a desk sergeant that kept on calling me a Commissar. Gonzalez, good guy. But yeah. We're hitting 2 hours already. Stretch these arms. Oh my lord. Oh goodness. Oh my lord. I'm exhausted. I want to try and get as much of the fine details done, so that way the only thing I have left is the skin tones, the berets, and then just putting the models together. And then, of course, I've still got the cannons. I still got to do the Sentinel. I still got to do the crews for the cannons as well. But I want to at least be able to have some things done. Because I tell you, I used to be able to crank these guys out like I was going out of style. When I was in high school, I used to be able to make a squad of guardsmen for the entire day. I mean, and the mold, the models were not as detailed as these are, and my painting was not as precise. Well, I tried to be precise, but it was not as detail focused. So I saw some of your Mark. I saw some of your what was it? The orcs you put up. Those were really well painted. I am quite jealous of the orcs that you made. I like the AT-ST. That's a nice touch. Um, yeah, the orcs look really well put together. Um, yeah. So what is this? Army number? Because you have Marines. I know you got Marines. You have Custodes. This is what? Army number 4? I want to say. Good tea is always good. It gets me back in the balance, and I'm not as cold as I was. Ah, I swear I'm fueled by tea. Uh, so you got Ultramarines, Orcs, Tau, Demons, Custodes, Imperial Knights, and Smeldar. God damn! I thought I had a problem because I've got Guard, Dark Eldar, my wife's Dark Angels, the Chaos from that Dark Angels set. Um, Death Guard from Dark Imperium. The Necrons from the Indomitus box still. I got a lot. I got a lot. A bunch of guard. Sisters and yeah, I've got quite a bit. Which is why I do these paint sessions. I really want Necrons. I just don't know if I have the space for it. Yeah, I mean, again, I've got. When I say I have a mountain of shame, it's more of like a small. I could probably. Most of it would be Imperium of Man, but I could probably like parts out and sell some decent amount out. Hello, space humans. Hey, algae. Glad you could join us. Algae, I was wondering if you ever got your joystick fixed. I'd love to fly in squadrons with you. I never got my joystick fixed, but I can work around it. How? You have a viable workaround? Well, I can put the roll on the thruster instead of the stick. Oh, yeah, man. Like I said, I think I'd be honored flying with you again. Be hell of a good game. I'll tell you that much. Got to relearn. It's too long a time. Well, okay. Well, tell you what. Um, if it's not going to happen this weekend, it can definitely happen probably next weekend or the weekend after. Okay, there's that. That squared away. I've still got an hour to go. Great, great. I can't wait. I can't wait to fly with you again. Nope, there's one more. Perfect. They should make a mini painting video game. So actually, funny that you brought that up. Dawn of War did have a very limited Dawn of War Warhammer. Oh, sorry, Warhammer 40K Dawn of War. 1, 2, 3. Well, one uh, Winter Assault, Dark Crusade, Soulstorm, Warhammer 2, and 3 did have some painting mechanics in the actual game where you could like build your faction and army and then you could paint the army colors and all that stuff. That was damn it. That was about as close as you got to like the actual tabletop. Um, um, but yeah, come on, there we go. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was a limited painting thing. Like you could pick depending on what the army was. You had a secondary color, a primary, or sorry. You had your primary color, your secondary color. You had your trim one, your trim two, and then I think you had your weapon color, and that was it. And then you had your banner color for like the banner, like the background, like when you and you could make a banner. So like when you planted the banner down on the ground, um, it would be your banner and all that stuff. When you were capturing territory. So yeah. Oh, excuse me. Whew. Good lord. I've Dawn of War in my Steam library. Yeah, I mean it was a good game. I should check that out. Yeah, it was a good game. Um, I think Dawn of War 3 kind of missed the mark in my opinion. It didn't have an expansive roster of like for the Imperial Guard you had three commanders. So each faction had three commanders. So you had the Inquisitor, you had the Imperial Guard commander, and then I think you had a. There was one other commander, I think, or maybe you didn't. Maybe you didn't. Maybe it was just two for the guard. But um uh but you had regular Cadians, you had um, Catachan Devils, you had Ogrins, you had Stormtroopers, but then you just had a commonplace Sentinel, I don't think there was a Hellhound. Uh, you could get a Lehman Russ, but I don't think that there was basilisks or chimera or anything to that extent. I can't remember, but I felt like the roster was lacking in Dawn of War, in Dawn of War 3, um, as a you know as someone who played. Um, so yeah, my fucking legs are itchy. It's dry damn air. Really should put more lotion on them. But yeah, I I enjoyed the Dawn of War series. Dawn of War one, uh, with Dark Crusade, or sorry, with Winter Assault, Dark Crusade, and Soulstorm were pretty damn good. The only thing that they didn't introduce, which did get introduced in Dawn of War 3, were the Tyranid, um, and some demon units for Chaos. Um, but yeah, it was really good. It was a good game to play. Oh man. Ugh. I gotta press. I gotta press. we're slowly getting there. We only got 2 more models left for the at least the leather part of the. Oh man. I just want to take a step away real quick. Okay. Good to go. Making sure that we got. There we go. That's squared away. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. We are continuing our slow progress. Well, I think we're actually making pretty damn good progress, but it's slow progress on our guardsmen. Trying to make sure that we get every bit of detail that we can. And we're doing brown leather pouches on the kits and hips. Of those guardsmen. And like I said, I'm trying to do as much detail as possible. Because unlike the older models, Which I don't get me wrong, I still love the old Cadian models. I think that they were like just the right thing that like a someone who sucked at painting. Like that was the best way to start out. Um, yeah, I think the old guardsman models were really good. But I do enjoy the new molds. I really, really do. Despite the fact that they are a hell of a lot more detailed than their previous iterations. As a matter of fact, I think that they are just as detailed as their previous iterations than some of the pewter models that they made with like the stuff that they've got. All right, so I think that's all the leather on the actual models. Now I gotta just double check the sprues. Yeah, we're gonna do. Yeah, we're doing leather on the kits. Hello there, Centel. Long time no see. Been a bit. Yes, it has. I thought just in here printing out some Tyranid alternatives. Oh, okay. Good luck to you. I really don't think that like I think the new sculpts are just pretty dead on perfect in my opinion. With the Tyranid, but to each their own. All right, and now we need to do some fixing. before we move on to the next big phase. Because I made some quick errors and I missed spots. So, in order to do that, we need to fix what I screwed up, which is okay. Then add paint where I missed it. So it was, I want to say, well, I know it's going to be you. It was one of the runners. Yep, this one. Or no, it wasn't a runner. It was the sergeant. There we go. Fix that. Jugular, hello, hello. Yeah, no, you're getting the ban. Thank you. We do not allow bots into our chat. Absolutely not. The only servitors that are allowed into my chat uh, are the ones that I have sanctioned, as is my right. Bot. Imagine being a bot. I would never. I just like, to what end, right? Right? So, okay, someone makes a bot, right? That says you can buy followers and subscribers and views. To what end? Like, I get it. Not everyone is going to watch a 30, soon to be 37-year-old man painting Warhammer figures or gaming. I get it. I get it. I am in a my likes and hobbies are very niche to begin with, and um, while I have some life experience and I could always give advice and be that supporting person and whatnot, like I know that people are, like, I'm not their thing. That's for money. I can understand that, but the weird bots just sitting in chat and don't do anything. I mean, well, yeah, we've got a few that are sitting in chat, but like, I don't. I just kind of blows my mind, really. Like, like, okay, so let's say I click on that link and I go and buy followers, viewers, and whatnot. That doesn't help me. It might help me for a little bit, but like, the return of investment is not the same. Plus, and then you're not genuine. Then you're not really measuring success. You're just buying it, and that's if it's actually legitimate. If it's not legitimate, then it's even worse. Like if the whole point of you starting a channel is to get followers, like this channel, both YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, right? All of them. The whole point of the channels is to generate revenue. One, so I can support the channel, but then two, to generate donations for charity, right? Like that's the primary mission. The whole point is to have an outlet is where I can scream into the void. Yeah, you know that too. Uh, got to thank you. The last time my dad was with me, we were talking, and now he's interested in the mini, and he wanted to give it a try too. And now he wants to know more about Warhammer 2. I guess he's got a lot of free time on his hands now. Well, thank you. Uh, that's lovely. I when it comes to Warhammer, right? When it comes to any kind of hobby, really. Like it's always nice to share something with your pops. That's cool. Um, just like it's always good to have that like nice kind of family bonding common ground with your father, or mother, or uncle, or aunt, like whoever. Me and my brother used to paint and build models together. Um, when he got into Warhammer, he played Tau, I played Guard. And then my wife, Caitlin, got into Warhammer somewhat because I was always interested in it. And I hope the girls get into it, but it's always nice to share a hobby with family. In my opinion, it's always nice. But I'm glad. But at the same time, um, you know, no one should ever feel like obligated to do certain things because they have to. It should be because they would like to explore. Okay, that should be good. All right, fixed that. Okay. So now that that's squared away, what are we going to tackle next? Probably some more finer detail stuff. It's probably going to be our best bet. But it's almost midnight plus. Uh, we could probably stay for another 30 minutes. Question is, what do we want to tackle? You know what? Let's do these little coffee cups that they got. These little mugs. I think they should be like a tin. Probably not a chainmail. It should be like the canteen heater, the metal part of the canteen. Um, God, what are they called? Canteen metal adapter. Is it? No. Metal cup. Yeah. This one. So it should be like this. Should be like that. That's what it should be like for the canteen. I remember that. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think, God, that cheek stretch was too ASMR. I didn't like it. Oh well, hey, my bad. Sometimes I forget how sensitive my mic is. Um, Let me do that real quick. There we go. My bad. Um, but yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Uh, so we'll do the cups that kind of silver color. Don't know if I want to do it in chainmail though. I think I want to do something a little darker, maybe. Because the thing is that I think most of these guys that have the cups are they're they've got bayonets too and grenades. So like the grenades, I'm gonna have to do probably olive drab for the grenades. Let's be honest, with silver spoons, silver release spoons. The the canteens are gonna be silver. Where are the ones that have the cups? The only other color I'm thinking of is potentially white, like for your standard like diner coffee mug kind of a deal. That's right here. I could get away with it because okay, so he's got a coffee cup. I don't think white will be good. All right, well, they look like military issued cups. Well, I mean, if we go with military issued cups, there's nothing more military than a white issued cup. Isn't it funny that that canteen looking thing is the same both east and west? Yeah, I mean, so I think the canteen holder, that metal cup holder, was developed World War II, and because of obviously like the Lend Lease Act between the Allies, um, the that particular pattern and style of canteen um, uh, just happened to be very prevalent at the time, right? Like it just did. And then I think in like the early 80s, they switched over to plastic for the army, and then the Air Force followed suit. The green plastic for the canteen. What embraced it? No, no, I'm saying like a ceramic cup. Like, um, how do I put it? Um, in most military bases, if you go to an enlisted club and an officers club, there's always the standard white coffee cup. Okay, super simple ceramic coffee cup that most people would attribute to um, when it comes to that. Yeah, there's that ceramic color or material. Uh, no, no, I don't have it with me. But then I also kind of want to do something cheeky, right? So hear me out on this. Games Workshop came out with coffee cups that had colors on them a long time ago. Uh, if I have, yeah, I don't know if it. I don't know if it. So they came out with this, and it was literally a white coffee cup with it had Dark Angels green. Like that's the one I purchased for my wife, right? And it was supposed to be a paint, a water pot, and bits box. So I kind of want to do something like a little tongue in cheek and have it a white cup with a splash of Caladan green, or Caliban green on it as just like a little like tee hee, kind of breaks the fourth wall kind of a deal. Um, I kind of want to do that, but at the same time, I also don't wouldn't mind having it be like a another like I got this from Bugman's, right, from Warhammer World, like a Bugman's mug. So like paint it blue and beige a little bit, and then have this like as a like a dark yellow kind of a deal. So I've got some ideas kicking around. I just haven't decided yet, but I think I only have two models with the coffee cup. I'm just trying to make sure that it's only two models that have it. That's fun. Yeah, I thought that would be a kind of a little wink and nod. Yeah, I think it's only those two that have the coffee cups, or teacups, I should say. It is a British company after all. Do I want to do tongue in cheek? That's the question. All right, I'm gonna think on that for a little bit because clearly I'm not as soul. I think it'd be funny. I really do. I just we'll think about it. We'll think about it. What if one of them only had it? So I've got the thing is that there's other models that have coffee cups in the other box sets that I bought. Um, So I think I have a total of maybe 6 guardsmen that have coffee cups. And then I don't know if the ordnance teams have coffee cups on them as well. So, and then of course I got to check the other backpacks that are free. Um, so like I guess I could do a mix, right? Not everything has to be uniformed. I could do a mix of metal and like tongue in cheek. BRB 10 minutes. Need to take meds. Okay. Let's do the silver for the canteens. That's an easy kill. We'll get that squared away. Because they're that like most of them had military issue one, but a few of them bought or plundered unique clubs. You know, it's funny. There actually the book I'm listening to, not right now, but the book I'm listening to right now, they talk about how the Death Corps of Krieg, which is an Imperial Guard regiment, um, how how basically they're talking about like how they recover um, the items from their dead, right? And how they basically strip the entire body, um, except for like their uniform. Like they take all the necessary equipment. Um, it doesn't say specifically if they take the gas masks. I think it's just like the entrenching tool, the pistol, the ammo, the rifle, all that stuff. I don't think they strip the uniforms. Because they never mention it, so I've got nothing else to go off of. But it's like they catalog everything, so it makes it almost impossible for guardsmen to tactically acquire um, another you know items from them. Oh no. Ugh. I'm gonna step away real quick because I have to go to the bathroom. Yeah, we're gonna do the canteens now. Damn it! Why am I so tired? Well, I know why I'm tired. It's midnight plus, and I got 20 minutes left of this stream. I just wish I wasn't this tired. go. It's one canteen down. 7 more, well, not 7 more, but several more to go. Yeah, see, you also got like a Aquila on yours. I gotta be like super detail. wait for that paint to correct itself. Sometimes you just have too much on the brush. You don't even know. Okay. Go. Go. I'm not using this bit for this particular portion because I don't want to dork anything up. canteen. No canteen. No canteen. 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 No canteen. Canteen. Found a Hungarian version of the canteen. Let me take a look. Oh yeah, yeah. Like again, or like I said, most patterns were based off of that Lend-Lease Act style. It was green on the outside. Yeah, yeah. So this is actually more of like you would put it on top of a cook fire and heat up the water that way. Um, you know, it's made out of aluminum. Yeah. That's what I figured. This is probably what you use to like um, heat up your coffee or drink or like heat up your or like if you had um, meal or MRE food, meals ready to eat food that required like you to make the soup or whatnot, or you got your soup and you'd pour that in there, right? Or for some people they'd use that particular canteen cover for like shaving, personal grooming, all that stuff. Um, but yeah, no, I it's very similar to what the United States was using, um, because again, Lend-Lease Act, they were giving it to the Soviets, and whatnot. So, okay, so canteen. All right, let's organize this a little bit. I'm losing sight of what I'm supposed to be tracking. All right, so no canteen. Okay, so he's done canteen. No canteen. No canteen. No canteen. This guy does not have a canteen. Yep. No. No canteen. No canteen. No canteen. No canteen. Canteen that's been painted. Canteen that's not been painted. Painted. Not painted. No canteen. Canteen that's not been painted. Not painted. Not painted. 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 Okay. All right. So we have 5 left. All right. That's gonna be it for this episode. Cause it's like midnight, midnight plus 26. So I am going to go to bed because I almost did not hear my alarm this morning. So I'm going to go to bed, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Tomorrow morning we'll basically just pick off right where we left off, and we're going to continue. We're going to stream. It's going to be a mega stream tomorrow. As soon as I drop off the girls, after I go do my run, then I'm gonna shower and like probably by 9 o'clock, you know, I will I'll be streaming until I pick up the girls at 4:30. But yeah, uh, actually no, maybe 10 because I gotta grab one thing of groceries. Got to grab some cheese for fajitas tomorrow night. But anyway, there's that, and yeah, I can't wait to start this. Anyway, my name is Commissar Hecht. I'll see you guys in the next episode, and tune in tomorrow. Bye bye.